Yes, sir.
Just,
What? You're pulling her mic, Anthony.
get
Just sort of speak loud.
Yes, sir.
So how'd y'all do all these turkey numbers?
I do them every Tuesday.
He pulls
Every
them up.
Tuesday?
It's awesome.
Sure do.
The toolbox.
Yep. Here, I know you will. You want to read them when I give you a cue?
What's that?
Look over them real quick. That's a quick sponsor break.
Sponsor. Okay.
Read them out real quick right there.
All
Make
right.
sure you
Let's
got them
see.
down pat.
We're doing, okay, Apex Outdoor Rewards, Deception Sense,
I'm going to let them do a quick sponsor break right here.
Baker Glass Shop,
You got it. Just write it down for that.
Second Amendment Outdoors, Big Hill Pond Boat Sales and Repair, Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency, Snipe Creek,
Leave it off. Leave off Snipe Creek.
okay, Lynnhurst,
Yep.
Lynnhurst Family Resort, Prym1 Camo, Threeway Processing, and Wildlife Addictions Food Plot Services.
Yep. And you don't have to read that last part either.
Awesome.
Just leave out the
Snipe Creek.
snipe.
Leave out Snipe.
Cool.
We've got about a minute.
Yeah. Are we live, Janet?
Yes, you were.
Okay, we were. Okay, good deal.
We're about a minute out.
Okay. And then that's all the groups we share too
Awesome.
after the show.
Cool.
Yep. Okay. We can go.
You all right? Give me a scooter.
Hello, everybody. I'm Anthony Landreth.
I'm Bubba Spencer.
Hey, and we want to welcome y'all to another Tennessee Outside Facebook Live show, coming to you live from the Dr. R.E. Wilhite building right here at the Hardin County Agribusiness Center in Bolivar, Tennessee. And as we always say, that if you hunt fish in Tennessee, this is a show you need to watch. Because, Bubba, right now we got hunting, fishing, and everything going
Man, everything's happening.
on. It sure is.
Yeah,
I
spring
mean,
is
it is a
strong.
lot going on. Hey, we will be taking questions tonight. Janet will be passing them up here. We got a good show lined up for you tonight, something a little different, thanks to my buddy Ben Forbes. He sent us we put out last week that if anybody had any ideas or about guests or topics for the show, let us know. And old Ben sent us one, and y'all see who's sitting up here right now.
In contact with the coach, so yeah,
Sure did.
Appreciate it, Jake.
That's right. Hey, Jackson, you'll give us a quick sponsor break, just real quick right there. Run
Yes,
down
sir.
for us.
Yeah, we want to thank Apex Outdoor Rewards, Deception Sense, Baker Glass Shop, Second Amendment Outdoors, Big Hill Pond Boat Sales and Repair, Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency, Lynnhurst Family Resort, Prym1 Camo, and Threeway Processing.
Man, dude, they're pretty good.
He's hired.
Do what?
He's hired.
Yeah, that's what I was fixing to say. Yeah, no joke. Hey, also, too, we want to give a shout-out to the Facebook groups that allow us to share our show to the page. You know, I say it every week, but the Tennessee Deer Hunter Facebook page is back up. I'm so glad of that. I know Wes is, and all the moderators of us. We are extremely pleased about that. But right now, we have so many people trying to join the page every day. So if you're watching this show and you're wondering why you keep trying to join and you're not, you have to answer the questions and agree to the rules, or you will be declined every time. And that page has got over 70,000 now. So that's one of the groups that we go live to right here every Tuesday night. So, but Tennessee Deer Hunters, West Tennessee Deer Hunters, Tennessee Woods and Waters, Tennessee Turkey Hunters, Tennessee Bow Hunters, Tennessee Valley Sportsmen, Real West Tennessee Sportsmen, East Tennessee Deer Hunters, Tennessee Rivers and Lakes, Bow Hunters of America, our biggest group, about 240,000. True Hunters and Anglers out of northern Mississippi, Southern Boys 870, Arkansas, Hunting for Connections, Miss Dana Sasha in Wisconsin, Tennessee Outdoor Info, Tennessee Hunting and Fishing Report, Hunt Swaps of America, Tennessee Outdoors and Hunting, Tennessee Small Game Hunting and Fishing, Middle Tennessee Coyote Hunters, Hatchie River Bank Poles, Hatchie River Fishing, Tennessee Turkey Hunters, Down to Earth Hunting, my buddy Randall Haley, Back to the Roots Outdoors, Blumpville Tennessee Deer Hunters, Camo Thug Outdoors, Feathers and Furs, Whitetail Snipers, Wildlife Hunter Association, WHA, Backwoods Hunting and Fishing, Turkey South, Pickwick Lake Fishing Reports, Gamekeepers and Food Plots, Crappie Cats, Bass and More, Pickwick Lake Anglers, Do a Country Jig, and West Kentucky Deer Hunters and Kentucky Whitetail Hunters, established August 2015. We greatly appreciate all of y'all, these groups, for letting us share our show to the page. Hey, our guest tonight right here, we got Jackson Sherfield and Jack Houston, and the principal of Brighton High School, assistant principal, my bad.
Not principal.
No, assistant principal. You don't want that.
I don't want that.
Brantley Tillman, and we get these guys with the high school, Brighton High School fishing team. They won the the SAF, and that stands for
Student Angler Federation.
Student Angler Federation. And y'all won the Tennessee State Championship, and now you're fixing to be going to Wisconsin, right?
Yes, sir.
For the national finals.
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Y'all looking forward to that?
Yes, sir. Very
yeah.
excited.
Did you ever think you would get to go there?
It's always been a dream. It's always been something we wanted to do in high school. You're trying to go to nationals, try to go to the next step.
Yeah.
It's very fun.
It's pretty cool walking across that stage, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
And when they call you out that you're the champions,
Yes, sir.
I bet it is. It would be for me, too. Hey, one thing before we get talking more of them. Bubba, we had another, we hate talking about it all the time.
Unfortunately, another boating fatality, this time in Benton County. Overturned vessel, 24-year-old.
You know, and I know this is the 9th one, and sadly, if I'm not mistaken, all 9, no life jacket.
You might be right.
And I think that's right. You know, we talk about it every week on here, especially. You know, what I hate is when it's coming up a holiday, and, you know, and it's one coming up before long.
Yeah.
We say, you know, some of the people listening to our show won't be with us next week, and sadly, that it always happens. So please wear your life jacket. Be careful out on that water, because it can go bad quick. I'm just going to tell you. Y'all ever had any close calls out there on the water?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Have you?
Yeah.
What do you have?
Well, we've had some submerged logs come after our lower units, and had some waves that just didn't want to act right.
Them waves that don't act right. Can be bad.
Cabin crew.
Yeah. Because I was in a little bitty boat at Reelfoot one day, and it can get bad
They
up
think
there.
they're going to do one thing and you misjudge it.
Yeah. Was you running when you hit them logs you didn't see?
Yes, sir.
Throw you out of the boat?
No, sir. Luckily not, but tore that lower unit up pretty bad.
I bet. Yeah. Well, so when are y'all going to fish this? Well, no, before we get started on that, when did y'all win the state championship?
It was April 2nd. So April 2nd, we were at a Pearl Harbor landing, which is out in Parsons, Tennessee, on Kentucky Lake, and that's where we were at for that tournament.
Was that a 2-day?
It was a 1-day tournament.
1 day?
Yes, sir.
And what did y'all catch? How much?
We had 22 pounds and 22 pounds, 8 ounces, I
Yes,
think.
sir. Something like that.
What second place team have?
15 pounds and something.
That's a pretty good whooping in my book.
Yes, sir.
That's pretty good right there.
Yes,
I'm just
sir.
going to tell you. Yeah.
So to go to the national, you had to have 2 qualifiers, right? And so y'all placed in a.
Well, so we
do you
had
get
qualified earlier this season
Okay.
in October in a different tournament,
Okay.
and then so
How did you qualify in it? What did you do? I mean,
so the top 10% of that field is MLF Open on Pickwick, and
Okay.
top 10% of the field that placed got to
I think it was,
qualified for nationals.
it was
Okay.
top 5 that weekend, and we ended up
Yeah,
placing
yeah.
4th.
so y'all pretty
Okay.
much double qualified. Didn't
Yes,
you?
sir.
Okay.
Yep, yep, yep.
Okay.
I got you. And Brantley, I mean, you're a coach too, but you're not a coach of these, right?
Right. I just kind of oversee everything with the team. They each have boat captains. All 4 teams we have now, usually it's a dad that's in the boat with them. And I usually handle all the paperwork, all the fun stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I also captain the boat as well.
So Brighton High School, this is only y'all's second year, is that right, or third?
This is our 2nd year. We tried to start it before COVID. COVID hit and messed up that year. I had some senior boys last year that really pushed it and wanted to get it started, so we got started last year. So we're in our 2nd year now, and the funny thing, we're in our 2nd year, and all 4 teams I got are all sophomores.
Really?
Well, that's good. Yeah. Yeah.
So that should mean for another good couple years.
Should be.
Yeah.
Should be.
All right, no pressure. No,
no
pressure,
pressure.
guys. That's
Yes,
right.
sir.
Yeah. No, y'all can do that.
sure.
What do you see more teams coming on?
I do. We had a open house the other night, and some of my teams come in and worked the open house for 8th graders, and we had a good bit of interest. I've got two other teams that are at school right now that I've already said they're fishing next year. One of the teams I think is just excited to get out Friday and it be excused absence to fish, but they bass fish Tennessee River a lot, which is where 90% of our tournaments on Tennessee River.
Is that where y'all pretty much go most of the time, Tennessee? Because I know living in that end of the state, you know, I mean, it's not a whole lot in West Tennessee until you get to the Tennessee River.
That's typically from it's 2 hours somewhere for a tournament.
Right. Mm-hmm. Minimum on that.
Minimum,
that's for
yes.
sure. You know, it's almost like the guys from Middle Tennessee have an advantage because, boy, you give it around that Nashville area, it's big lakes everywhere up there.
It is, you know, but we've talked before. Sometimes you can pre-fish too much and get something in your head. I think it works good having we get out of school on a Friday. They get to go pre-fish, try to get a plan together, and then fish Saturday. Some of my teams don't leave on Friday. Depends on what grades look like and if they got tests or anything. You know, we try to put academics first.
Just another reason why I wish they'd had that when I was at school. I'm just going to tell you. Yeah, because I would just skip myself, you know.
I understand.
Yeah, I would. Well, that is awesome. And your son is on another team, too, that you think is going to qualify?
They've got a good shot. We've got one more tournament Saturday, and then they got a good shot to qualify by the points race.
Where is it at?
It is out of Eva Beach.
Okay. All right. Y'all fishing that one, too?
Yes, sir.
All right. So what are y'all fishing for now? Y'all already qualified? Y'all just
Trying to we're leading in the points race in the SAF, and so we're just trying to keep our points up. And if we can get the win doing it.
Is this the last tournament for this year for that?
Yes, sir. This tournament will end the points race.
So y'all are trying to win the championship for the.
Yes, sir.
What's your
That's awesome.
how many points you got lead?
We're up a good bit. I think Tillman, you're in second. You're following us, aren't you?
Yeah, I think we're in second, and I'm not sure. They're supposed to drop one or two, so we don't know how that's going to work. Everything's going to be final at weigh-in Saturday. They're going to do what they need to do and go from there.
See how it shakes out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yes, sir.
How long you been fishing? When did you get started?
I've probably been fishing since I was real little. I started tournament fishing when I was probably 5 or 6.
Really?
Just little club tournaments. Just like once a year, really. There was a club tournament me and Dad always fished, and just
Did
doing
you
it
ever
for
sneak
fun.
off to any of the neighbors' ponds fishing and stuff?
I never did a whole lot of that.
I did.
I think
Well, Jack's over there
yeah.
shaking his head. Yeah, he did too.
That's
Yeah,
how I
One
got
beside you
started.
probably has.
yeah, I know I have. That's for sure.
That's only 10 years. I'll not make them festival.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no joke. So, Jack, what about you? You've been fishing
Yeah, so just
pretty much
fun,
all your life, too?
Just fun fishing around ponds, like you said, sneaking in neighbors'
Yeah.
ponds, fun fishing. And I got started tournament fishing was my last year with Jackson. Jackson asked me to be a part of his team. Greatly appreciated that. Their families always had great hospitality to me. Always let me be in their boat. Always just greatly appreciated that. And just ever since then, just having fun tournament fishing. Just really enjoy it.
So was y'all just hooked up as friends and then became
Yeah,
fishing partners?
we've been in school together since kindergarten.
Yeah.
He didn't teach you none of his bad habits of sneaking on everybody's places.
I try to stay away from that.
Yeah. Well, when you would sneak to the places, would you always just throw the fish back? That's
yes,
what
sir.
we would do. We wouldn't keep them. We just wanted to just catch them and throw them back. We sure did. Well, that's awesome. So does the team get to pick their own partner, or
They-
Brantley, how do you do that?
They do. When we started, I'm trying to keep it as convenient as I can. So they pick their own partner because of points races. They got to keep that same partner all year. They choose what tournaments they want to fish on Saturday. Myself or Jackson's dad, Jackson Sherfield, one of us will be there on that Saturday. Depends on what work and everything else. But they go to wherever tournament they want to go, and it's pretty much they run themselves. We got some that those two are in FFA. We got some playing baseball. We got some playing football. I mean, you got to work around a bunch of schedules.
In the days were.
So y'all been friends since kindergarten.
Yes, sir.
So y'all been through a lot of mischievous stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I promise.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know how that is. That's for sure. Yeah.
Hey, we had a quick question come in.
Okay.
What did y'all get when y'all won the state? Is there
There's scholarship
Is there
money
prizes
or anything,
or-
or what?
Well, we didn't receive anything for state other than just qualifying.
Just qualifying,
And then
yeah.
for big fish, we got a new reel.
I got a real. Now, what
Yes,
would you get
sir.
if you win the points? Is there,
We don't really know
Don't know
yet.
what that
Hopefully,
is.
few
Now,
dollars.
there is a financial. I mean, they do get scholarship money.
Yeah,
with
I
other
know.
tournaments.
I've known
Yeah,
this, you know, we have filmed some of the Bass Nations, you know, Southern Woods and Waters, and you know, I see the envelopes, you know, the scholarship money on some of those.
Yes, good thing. Most scholarship money comes in cash.
Yeah.
So, but for right now, y'all haven't received any of that.
We during like regular season tournaments, we've received
Okay,
money. Yes, sir.
okay. You saving all your trophies and plaques and
Yes,
stuff.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
I guarantee you it is. It sure is. Well, I think it's cool that y'all have grown up together and got to do all this because, you know, I mean, I can relate here because there's 5 or 6 of my buddies. We grew up together the same way, and we're all in our 60s now, just about, and we still do mischievous stuff together. I'll just tell you, can't help it. So the state, I mean, the nationals is in June.
Yes, sir.
When would you say it's June?
Starts June 20th in La Crosse, Wisconsin.
Okay. And you know, at least this team's going. You may have another one going.
Very possible.
Well, you know, I know we had Nick Carter here with Scott Seal. You know, tell us about how y'all raise money for some of the stuff that you know, because I know you're always taking donations or anything, but it takes a lot to put a team together, don't it?
It does. When you look at, you know, we've got a 2-hour drive. One, you know, wherever we're going to fish at, you got to pay for lodging. You have to pay for not only gas in your truck, but we probably burn each boat, I'll say, at least $100 of gas on Friday and Saturday.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I can see that.
we reach out for sponsors to be on our jersey. For the nationals, I'll put a Facebook video out Sunday. We're going to try to raise donations to pay for the trip up there, lodging, and to get through that week in Wisconsin because it's a long way to haul 2 boats. If we,
Yeah.
you know, if both of us qualify, if they go, it's a long way to haul 1 boat and back.
Yeah. Of course, and I mean the food, the stay up there,
Right.
and all that. Well, what are some of the fundraisers that y'all have? I think I saw one where I think Jackson, your mom was doing something. I
did a
thought I
spaghetti
saw
dinner.
something.
Yeah, we just had a spaghetti dinner. It was a pretty big hit, and we were thankful for all the people that came out to it and donated and bought plates, and we were just real grateful for that. So
Then we made calendars to post on Facebook for people to donate to that, and that's about it. And
Yeah. Well, I mean, because I know it could be hard raising money for stuff like that.
for sure.
I'll be honest, being new to Brighton High School and around there, it's not a whole lot of teams in that area. We've actually had people reach out wanting to help out and give money, and I mean, it's been surprisingly, you know, a lot of good people in our community that is wanting to back the bass program.
Yeah, and I can see that it's a good program. Like, you know, I've said it a bunch of times. You know, I wish it'd been stuff like that when I was in school. I really do. Y'all are fortunate.
Yes, sir.
Very fortunate.
Yes, sir.
Yes, you really are. I mean, because I know some of the guys we've had on here before. You know, I mean, I know 2 of them. They're down at Blue Mountain right now.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I know some that's at Bethel,
Yes, sir.
and I mean, it can carry you a long way.
Yes,
Do
sir.
either one of y'all have aspirations to be on the pro circuit one day?
Yes, sir. That'd
yes,
be.
sir, it'd be pretty neat to fish pro circuit. It'd be awesome, honestly. Fish for money.
Be a lot of
Yeah,
hard work
gotta-
though, but that's for
Oh
sure.
yeah. Oh yeah.
You ever get discouraged out there? Like when you think you've got the pattern figured out from a pre-fishing day and you get there and weather's changed and nothing, you ever just want to throw in the towel or anything?
Yes, sir.
You'll have those days. You just got to keep your mind right and get back on the right path. And just fishing's a big mental game, and a lot of it is in your head. You gotta.
I guarantee you it
Fishing's
is.
a whole lot like life.
Yeah, that's right. That's
For
right.
sure.
You know, and I know, and Bubba says it all the time because Bubba and I talk almost every day. He said, you know, some people, you just got to get to that next level on things. And I
Yeah.
mean, and just sitting up here talking to y'all no longer than we have, I can tell, you know, on some things, y'all are at that next level.
Next level
already.
to, yeah.
I guarantee you really
Of course,
are.
you know, it's going to be a test for you when you go to the state nationals. You're going to be in a big piece of water you've never been to. It's going to be different. And so,
Do y'all already like have some contacts or some reached out to people up there like, hey, what's, you know, any ideas? Give us some tips on what we can do.
Well, I was talking with Ben Forbes, and he was telling me that he lived up there for 3 years and
Yeah.
had some good contacts. So
So you know, being good.
a little bit,
Ben's
yes,
a good
sir.
guy.
Yes,
He is
sir.
a good guy.
Oh yeah.
Can't say much about his nephew Jesse, but he's a good guy.
Yes, sir.
So you kind of got an idea what you want to do. Now, it's not smallmouth up there, isn't it?
It's a good mixture between smallmouth and largemouth. I think it's one of those lakes where you kind of got to go up there and figure out which one's biting better and kind of target them.
Because I know some of those lakes up north like that. I mean, you'll have a ton of 4 to 6 pound smallmouths like that, whereas you may not have as many largemouth running that range. But you just got to figure it out. What about, like, do you fish pretty much with the same techniques up there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we probably will. We have a pretty big arsenal of techniques that we use. We're pretty versatile, and we have our things that we like to use pretty consistently. But
what were you using when you won the state?
So state championship, we were using Texas rig, black and blue lizard with Woo tungsten weights. Those helped out tremendously.
Well, let me ask you something about the tungsten weights, because is there a difference in fishing with a tungsten weight versus a lead weight?
Oh yeah, there's a pretty big difference.
What is it? Because I don't know.
There's a lot of you can feel a lot more with it. It's a lot
with
of
the tungsten.
Yes, sir.
You can feel every rock, and
It's better to tell
you
the
can feel your
difference in
bites
the rock.
better too.
Really?
Okay.
Yep, for sure.
Because I know some of that tungsten, it's just like the TSS shot, Bubba. It's different level.
It's a different level, yeah.
Yeah. Because I've always heard, of course, a lot of places you fish now, and matter of fact, I think Biden's got a thing. It's in Congress right now to try to ban all lead on any body of water. I didn't know if you knew that, Bubba, or not.
I knew there was some. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
it
come about. I think about 2 weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken, on that. 2 or 3 weeks ago, but. I've always wondered what the difference basically from fishing was, because to me a weight, a 16th ounce weight is 16th ounce weight.
And the cool thing about with the tungsten is it's a lot denser than lead, so it'll be a smaller size weight.
It's smaller.
They still have the weight.
Yeah,
and not as big a mass.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's why I bust so many turkeys too. That's for sure.
Yeah.
No joke.
Yeah, I can see it would be less disturbance and look more natural. You just.
Speaking of turkeys, y'all guys turkey hunt?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Both of you done got one this year.
I've killed one.
You have?
Yes, sir.
I'm not any good.
What do you mean you're not any good?
I don't know, man. I've been
turkey.
struggling. I ain't killed my first turkey yet. But.
Oh, you haven't?
Mm-mm.
You killed Jack.
Just one.
Just
It's my
one?
first year.
Pretty addicting, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Nothing like it.
You got that right. I can promise you it's not. No, first one I ever killed, I was going to have a heart attack. I couldn't even get up and go to get it. I was shook up so bad, that's for sure. So, okay, if you go to, like you're going up there in a new body of water, do you have a go-to that where y'all fish every time? Like if for every tournament, it's like, okay, I'm going to start out with this. Y'all have a game plan? Do y'all discuss the game plan?
Yes, sir. So a lot of times I'll study map. As soon as I know where the tournament's going to be and when it's going to be, I'll start looking at maps and what the fish will be doing that time of year. And I'll look at contour maps. I'll look at like Google Earth of like just where they're going to be and just check those spots specifically.
Do y'all discuss
Yes,
that?
sir.
But like on the phone at night, say, hey, we're going to do this.
Yep.
You got certain lures that you throw at certain times. Like, do you have a go-to that you're going to start with about every time?
Never can go wrong with a Texas rig.
Oh, I agree with that. I love
Go back to the basics there,
I'm
It's
big
been around
time on-
forever.
Yep.
Shaky head too.
Yeah, I was
That's-
going to say shaky is one of our
We've
favorites we like to throw.
yeah.
Always
Explain
like
to people when you say shaky head.
So,
what we're talking about.
Shaky head is a jig head that'll make your worm, your plastic lure stand straight up in the water on the bottom.
Bottom, right?
So, yeah, it's that
And
way.
you
it's
just sit there and kind of
vertical.
just.
You just bump it.
Yes, sir. We drag ours a lot across gravel, and it'll make it flicker.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So that would be one of the two that y'all would start out with.
Yes, sir.
Okay, since it's two of y'all, because I know when I'm crappie fishing, it's two of us. I may have on one color, one bait, and my partner have on one. So that way we see what's going to hit the best. Y'all do the same thing?
Yes, sir. Yeah, like in state championship, he
I had
was
a-
throwing a green pumpkin brush hog.
And change to the black
I'm
and blue
loving
lizard.
brush hogs.
And I was throwing that lizard at black and blue, and that water was kind of stained, and I was throwing a little darker color. He got hit on that brush hog, and then I started just getting him back after back with that lizard, and then we both switched to lizards. And
And then they're both on fire.
Are both of y'all, or do you consider yourself a power fisherman or a finesse fisherman?
I'm more or less like the finesse fish. I'm not big into power fishing. I don't like crankbaits, nothing like that. I like finesse fishing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like what I do. I call it power finesse fishing, where it's
You a combination, man.
a Texas rig or a shaky, dragging it real fast.
Go a little faster.
Just
action on it.
covering a lot of water.
A little faster than
Would
average.
you rather use
Yes, sir.
a plastic versus a crankbait or something like that, or versus a worm or lizard or?
I'd rather burn down a bank with a crankbait or a spinnerbait if I could, but sometimes you got to get in there and pick them apart.
Yeah.
and
Oh
make
no,
them
when
bite.
they're biting like that, that is
It's fun.
not much funner than that.
Yes,
That's
sir.
for sure. I can relate to
Oh
that.
yeah.
But when you're just sometimes fishing, I mean, because I know if you tournament fish like that, you may fish all day long, not have nothing, and you're basically fishing for that one good bite.
Well,
We just fished our first adult tournament by ourselves, and is a Midway Marine had put it on at Pickwick, and we might have
all
had 3
day
bites all day.
Well, that's a
And
tough day.
It was tough.
Yeah.
And we fished to the very last minute.
Ended up
and
catching
Jack
one.
caught one on a spinnerbait probably the last 5 casts,
Really?
Yeah.
and we got him in the weigh in, and it's nice just to have something to weigh in, walk
Yeah.
across the stage.
Yeah.
My goal when I go fishing is I don't want to get skunked.
Yeah,
I
for
mean,
sure.
that's my goal, is to not get skunked.
Yes, sir.
I mean, it really is.
And,
Always work out.
that's it.
To be honest with you, yes, I'm not gonna lie. I have not been skunked because I normally average between 4,000 and 5,000 crappie a year, and I'm not this year because things kind of changed. But it's been I'll bet 20 years since I've been skunked.
Did you teach Jesse how to crappie fish, or he teach you?
No, Jesse. Jesse's a bad dude when it comes to that live scope. Now I'm not gonna. He is. I give him his credit. I call him the dance man. He's always saying, "Man, quit calling me that." He is a bad dude. He sure is. What time we got? No, we got some more. All right. So, Bubba, what you got? You got another question over there?
Yeah, Bill Ramsey wants to know, do you have any tournaments at Kentucky Lake around the McKinnon area of the lake?
I'm not really sure
I don't
where
know.
it's
Where's
at.
McKinnon area at?
I don't know.
I don't think we do.
Kentucky Lake.
So we go out of Paris quite
That's
often.
the furthest north we've gone.
Yeah,
Just-
and then we've had some on Old Hickory. No,
We've been there. We've been Old Hickory.
Mousetail
Had a
Landing
team go to
State Park.
Chickamauga last year.
Yep,
Yeah, something going on in Chickamauga right now. I've been
Yeah.
seeing
Oh,
on
the dead
Facebook.
fish.
Yeah.
it's weird.
You heard about that, Bubba? Yeah, I've heard 2 or 3 different bodies of water. One of them, a lot of. Now, one picture
Oh,
I
yeah,
saw
that-
looked like had a lot of tilapia in it. 'Cause
Yeah.
there wasn't. There was tilapia,
Yeah.
but they're talking about the big catfish kills.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
possible turnover or something.
And then also,
Yeah, I know
I saw
just
Kentucky Lake the other day. They said it was the most dead big head, the silver carp, Asian carp.
At below the dam.
Yes,
yeah, I
yeah.
saw that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw that too, but I don't
I
know.
wonder if it was turnover.
See, I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, it's really a little
Turnover
early
or,
for turnover.
or oxygen somehow or another.
Yeah.
Low
But
oxygen.
I
or
mean, it's
something.
been all over Facebook. But I mean, catfish and those, and then pictures I saw, those things were tilapia, from what I saw on there. But
So you really just have 2 tournaments left. You get the one at Eva this weekend, and then after that, it's
Nationals.
national finals is next.
Yes,
so you
sir.
got two more coming up.
Yes, sir.
so to answer Bill's questions, you don't know that particular spot.
Got to know that particular spot.
Okay, but they do fish Kentucky Lake a lot.
Yeah.
And Paris is the furthest north you put in.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
we fished all the way from Paris all the way down to Savannah. So
Okay.
if that's anywhere in there.
Yeah, that's pretty
That-
much.
that- that's
pretty,
Kentucky.
that's
As soon as
pretty
it
much
goes
the whole
across
thing.
that, the
That's
water comes
almost-
out of the dam at Pigweed. That's
Yeah.
Kentucky Lake.
Yes,
right
sir.
there. It sure is.
That,
Yeah.
you got the
It's a good way
vast
to
majority
explain
of
that.
it.
That's the way I would have.
And when you go to Eva this weekend, which direction y'all gonna go? North
Both.
or south?
Both. We got a few spots in mind. Both.
Both north
So
and
you already
south.
got your game plan set already?
Yes,
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Regardless of, when is that, Saturday?
Yes, sir.
It's supposed to be about 50% chance of rain Saturday morning.
Yes, sir.
And so if it clears up,
It won't be good weather. We ain't had a tournament with good weather yet, so.
So y'all gonna pre-fish it Friday?
Yes, sir.
And then go back on Saturday.
the wind's supposed to be northeast 5 to 10.
Mm-hmm.
You do better with a certain wind than others? You always hear those. Now, bluebird days, I mean, they're tough. I don't care what time of year.
Yeah.
But if you love to fish, you're going to go anyway. But
Yep.
do you have certain patterns you use on a bluebird day?
Slow down. Just slow down and pick it apart. And
I found out I go a little deeper on the bluebird day. at least for crappie out there.
Yeah, that's something we haven't tried, but it sounds smart. Might need to try.
Well,
that.
because most times when there's bluebird, your barometer's high. So when your barometer's high, sometimes the fish they'll go down deeper.
Yes, sir.
That's just the nature of it right there. That's what they'll do.
Yes, sir.
Do y'all? What's your favorite day to fish? What type day? What's yours, Jack?
Like a decent overcast day, just a little bit of wind, chop up the water a little bit so the fish can't see it.
Boy, I tell you what, that is a key right there. When it's smooth as glass, those are some of the toughest days. I'd prefer a chop is a lot better. Yeah, it sure is.
Yes, sir.
And I like the cloudy days. I don't care if it's total overcast.
Oh yeah.
Because it seemed to me like if it's total overcast, the fish won't hold as tight to the cover as they normally do. Because when it's sun, a lot of times, they're going to hold tight, and then, you try to fish the shady side of that cover.
Yes, sir.
Because the one thing that Jesse did teach me about crappie fishing is if that sun's coming in over here and that light, and your boat's right here, and its live scope says it's a fish over there, you're not catching that fish. You sure ain't. And I wouldn't have believed that, but man, that live scope don't lie. It could be live scope too, because it's not gonna lie. It's taught me a lot. Yeah, I don't even have one, but just when I'm with him, some of the things he has shown me is unreal.
Yes, sir.
I tell you what, we're gonna go ahead and take a quick sponsor break. Jack, you wanna come up?
Yep, hang on a minute.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start right here anyway. Hey, Apex Outdoor Rewards. Apex is our premier sponsor, or they are our premier sponsor. And it's still not too late to sign up for the Spring Turkey Challenge. When you do, they reduce the fee from $125 to $75. You get the turkey tote. It's got the measuring device on it. Basically a yarn ruler. It's also got a scale, but then it doubles. Use it, tote your bird out too. The competition is live in Alabama, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, New York, North Carolina, Ohio, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, Wisconsin, Tennessee, Texas, Virginia, and West Virginia. But you can go to apexoutdoorrewards.com to sign up. And and you're only competing against people in your own state. And I know in the Turkey Challenge last year, the guy that won first place was right here in this county. He's been a guest on our show several times. He's probably, the most renowned fish grabbler in our county, isn't he, Bubba?
Oh, yeah.
Johnson Sane. But he's good at it. Hey, and Deception Scent, Parrish is out in Texas. Hey, and that reminds me, somebody's asked where Keith Haywood is tonight. That storm come through last night. Keith works for Southwest Electric, too. And he called and said that they're having some transformer issues, and that's why Keith's not here tonight, but he'll be back with us next week. But Deception, you see that stuff, right here, the Pure Marine. If y'all not using Pure Marine, y'all missing out. I'm just going to tell you. But they had the Pure RV, Fast Gas, Pure 100. They make turkey calls, deer calls, and developing many other products. Bill Dance. If you watch any Bill Dance show now, you'll see a Pure Marine commercial on there because Bill endorses that. You can get it on Amazon. There's a lot of places. Walmart carries the Pure Marine in about 2,100 stores right now, and a lot of them right here in West Tennessee, because as soon as they put it in there, they sold out, I think, the first couple days on it. So they're restocked. But you can go check all the Deception Scent products. Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency, go to www.tmwildlife.org for information, and be sure to follow TWRA on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Threeway Processing. David is still looking for a place. To my knowledge, he hasn't found one. He will not be up in at Threeway where he has been for the last several years. And we talk about it on this show every week. If David's not opening, the deer hunting's going to be hurting in West Tennessee, because hunters, they're not going to have as many places to go. And David does a lot of deer. But he's looking for a 5,000 to 6,000 square foot building, or 5 to 15 acres to purchase in Madison, Gibson, Haywood, or Crockett counties. If you have any information helping him acquire either the building or some land, contact David at 731-432-9076.
Did you already do him?
No, I haven't done none of them. Give them all to you.
I thought you did him.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Prym1 Camo, the ultimate concealment solutions for the outdoorsmen and women that need to blend into their surroundings. Go to prym1camo.com and check out all their products. Their 20% off code is HERO1.
Right now, I think they're running. They got a lot of 50% off. I'll do that. You don't have to do that. Just go.
That's what I was kind of asking you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Lynnhurst Family Resort. Lynnhurst is located on the Blood River, which is an inlet of Kentucky Lake. Excuse me, you can stay in one of their cabins, condos, in the motel, or on one of their campsites. They also have pontoons, jet skis, and golf cart rentals. Book that by calling Dennis Helmuth at 270-436-2345 or 606-341-3399. And if you mention this show when you call to book it, you get a discount.
10% off
Yep.
your whole bill. Yep,
Can you do that one?
sure do. Yeah, go ahead. Knock it out.
Big Hill Pond Sales and Boat Repair. Go see Kitty Fortune for all your boating needs, sales, or repair. He also has firearms and fishing tackle. Call Kenny at 731-645-4384. He's located at 9282 Highway 57 in Raymer, Tennessee. And then we have Baker Glass Shop. Stop by and see Corey Madden for all your glass needs. Auto, big trucks, heavy machinery. Contact Corey at 731-658-4510. He's located at 321 East Market Street here in Bolivar. And Second Amendment Outdoors, your one-stop shopping for all your outdoor needs. We have guns, ammo, fishing tackle, clothes, boots, and much more. Mark Austin and his great staff will take really good care of you. Contact Mark at 662-594-8687. He's at 2804A Highway 72 West down in Corinth, Mississippi.
Hey, and Wildlife Addiction Food Plot Services, that's Keith Haywood, our guest, our host that's not here tonight, but I know Bubba, he said he spent about 15 hours out on the Martin farm the other day.
Oh, did he?
Yep. Of course, and he was talking about, I think he's got 2 others and he's going to come out there and knock yours out.
That sounds like
I talked to him today. But what Keith does, he offers a full turnkey job on food plots, bush hogging, pasture drilling, overseeding, soil testing, soil conditioning, liming, fertilizer, drill or planting, which is whatever you want. We'll come out and consult on your farm, tell you, put a ribbon around a tree and tell you that's where you need to hunt. We do it all. But, he comes back, does weed control, additional fertilizer, liquid or granular, but basically anything you want. His drill will plant anything from clover to corn, but you can contact Keith with Wildlife Addiction Food Plot Services at 731-780-4868 or 731-780-HUNT. And he's busy right now, I can tell you, because he's been putting me, I think he said he had 2 more farms he had to put beans in, and then he was coming to yours, Bo.
Okay.
He sure did. You got any other questions, anything before we
No, let's go ahead and knock out this turkey numbers.
Turkey numbers?
Then we'll come back to
You
it.
gonna start out?
Yeah, let's start. Turkey harvest 2023. So far this year, we've killed 30,224 birds. That's up 227 birds from last year. We had 29,993. So
And that's just year to date.
year to date. So
Yep.
we're up about 1%. Jakes actually down 32%. We killed 3,120 jakes. Last year we killed 4,597. And our bearded hens also down substantial 87%, down 35%.
Yeah, that may be a good thing though.
Yeah.
The bearded hens
Yeah.
being down, because
Yeah.
that's for sure. You want to do the
Yeah.
yeah. If you break it down, since we was delayed 2 weeks, so basically, we've had 34 days to hunt this year. So what I do is I go back and from last year and just look up the first 34 days and compare that. So this year, the first 34 days is 30,224. Last year, the first 34 days was 26,915. So we're up 3,309, or we're actually up 14% on that. When we go to the counties, Weakley County comes in at number 10 with 529. They're down 28 from year to date, but for the first 34 days, they're up 6. Robertson County, number 9, 543. They're down 75 year to date, but plus 9 on the, just same number of days hunted. Sumner County, 570. They're up 32 and up 88. Hickman County, 585. up 131, and from just 34 days of hunting, they're up 159 from last year. Wilson County dropped from number 5 to number 6 this time, 590. They're actually down 107 from year to date, and they're down 50. They was only one of 3 counties that was down.
Yep.
You
I'll
know.
take the top 5 on
Go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, number 5 is tied between Rutherford and Giles, both coming in at 598. Rutherford County down 113 this time, and down 29 for the first 34 days. Giles County was actually up 97 and up 172 for the first 34 days. Number 4, Montgomery County, 623, up 27 for the first 34 days. Dixon coming in at 704, down 80 for the year, but up 4 for the first 34. Greene County coming in at 855, up 79 for the first 34. And Maury County's coming in strong again at 957 birds harvested, but they are down 26 from this time last year on the first 34 days.
Yep.
So it's slowing down as we predicted.
Right.
You know,
It
it's
is. And I think a lot of that too, Bubba, is the
Man.
2-bird limit.
2-bird limit. Man, it's been hot. It's a lot of ticks, snakes. I mean,
To me,
Grass.
that's the most negative thing about the delayed opening.
grass is high.
The
you know,
height of the grass.
unless you're in a
temperature.
pasture, you know,
Yep.
you're going to pretty much have really tall grass.
Because even your food plots that look great, you know,
Oh, yeah.
2 months ago,
Oh,
man, they're high too.
It'd be
now.
hard for a turkey to get through some of my food plot.
Yeah.
The main core of it there.
Yeah, and I mean, I hate chiggers as much as I do ticks.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah. How about some
Especially
of
when
the
that grass gets tall, they can get itching in places you really
And
don't
you want
want
to
to
take care of the counties just right here near us?
Yeah, and that's why I did that, because we had several people last week that asked about that. What I did is just the counties that surround Hardeman County here. Hardeman County is 442. We're for the whole year. Well, compared to last year, we're up 27, but year to date we're down 8. Fayette County's 390. They're down 22. Madison 340. They're up 30. McNairy 321, up 27. Haywood 155, up 9. And then Chester 127, up 17. When you compare it to just the first 34 days of this year versus last year, Hardeman's up 27, Fayette's up 11. McNairy and Madison, quite a big jump. Both of y'all are up 60. Haywood County's up 28, and Chester County's up 28.
Anything jumping out at you? And there's a couple of things that I noticed.
I mean, what you got?
You know, first off, you know, the lack of jakes on the landscape.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and so we're down 32%. You know, we're just not going to have that surplus of 2-year-old birds
Next year.
Next year.
That's exactly. That's,
And, you
that's
know,
the main thing that jumps out at me.
And
on
you
that.
know, those 2-year-old birds are the easy ones to get and the funnest to hunt a lot of times.
Sure
Give you
is.
the most action, most gobbling. And
Yeah.
so I just don't think we're going to have those number of 2-year-old birds on the landscape. that
And
we
I
had
think
this
that's
year.
too, you know, well, I know it was. That's why our youth season was so successful.
Yeah.
You know, because especially when you go to take a youth out, I mean, you can get on a 2-year-old bird.
And,
It's
know,
addicting. I
yeah.
mean, you can hook that child pretty quick. You can
and,
hook an adult quick.
And you know, there's a huge difference between a 2-year-old bird and 3-year-old bird.
Yes.
You know, that's just different beast.
And then when they get over 3, I mean,
That's a whole different.
I mean, yeah, every one of them, they'll have a bad day, but most time they're going to make you have a bad day.
They're going to make uncanny ability to make the right decision.
Yeah.
For them to be that
Because
old.
playing chess with a turkey
Yeah.
and I don't know how he knows, but it's like he's got a sixth sense.
6, you know, because if he didn't, he'd already be dead.
Yep.
Somehow or another, he has a good way of figuring things
Yeah,
out.
and whenever you think you got them 4- and 5-year-old birds figured out, did it too many times. Because I've had 4 birds. It's took me over 20 days to kill that one bird. 28 was the longest, and I thought I had him pegged. You know, he'd roost in the same spot, fly down, and an hour later he'd be in the same spot strutting. So I did everything I could and walked through pitch black dark and got there, going to be waiting on him. And as soon as it got daylight, he gobbled, and that's where he roosted that night. And I thought, you sorry dog. But hey, it happens. It happens. Hey, WMAs, go over them real quick. All the WMAs this year at 2,098. Last year, same date, 2,196. So we're down 98 or down 4%. But if you do just 34 days of each year, actually they're up 66 or 3.2%.
Yeah.
All right. You got a question?
Yeah, and we talked about this a little bit in the pre-show, but we haven't brought it up. You know, how many teams show up at these tournaments? I know it varies, but what's a good range on some of the?
So with the SAF side, the field's a lot smaller than the Bass Nation. We're trying to grow the SAF tournament trail, and so in the SAF there'll probably be anywhere from 20 to 30.
Yeah.
And then in the Bass Nation, it can be anywhere from 80, and then if it's like an open, it can be 200 plus.
Yeah, I've seen 300 in. Well, now is the SAF, Brantley? Is that pretty much just in West Tennessee, or is that?
They actually are across the state, though. We went and fished Old Hickory back in February, March. I think it was March, but I want to say February because it was about 20 degrees. That's a different side of them. We went and fished one of their opens up there. And then...
So really, what's the difference in Bass Nation and SAF?
Right now, just to me, just the number of boats that are participating. SAF is more... They put on about 15 or 16 tournaments this year. Bass Nation in West Tennessee, we had some weather issues with some of their tournaments earlier in the fall. I think they ended up with maybe 4 tournaments in West Tennessee. SAF gives us more chances to fish more tournaments and be on the water a little more.
I mean, I know it's each one have like different top executives or something, or and what. So is it Bass Nation don't fish as many in general, or I mean, I'm just kind of wondering on that.
It's more of I'm going to say Bass Nation is, you have to be affiliated with a high school to fish in Bass Nation.
Okay.
SAF, if you're two buddies that grew up together and one goes to one high school and one goes to the other high school, you can partner up and be together and fish.
Okay. So it really don't have to be school affiliated?
SAF does not, no.
Okay.
Bass Nation, you do have to be school affiliated.
Okay. But then y'all do fish tournaments where you fish against each other all the time, right?
Yes, we do. I mean, every tournament we fish this year, at least 3 of the 4 teams from Brighton High School were in the same tournament, fishing against each other.
Okay. So, is there just a Bass Nation state championship too?
It is. It is on Douglas. I think Douglas this year.
Lake.
Yeah, Douglas Lake this year, and that's I think the first weekend in June.
Okay.
What happened? We fished SAF in the fall, about 6 or 8 tournaments. We had fished Bass Nation, 1 or 2 they had in the fall, and when we got about to January, February, we realized we were much better off point-wise and qualifying for nationals for SAF. And with as expensive as gas, hotels, everything is, we concentrated more on the SAF side because that's where we were closer than going to Wisconsin or national championship.
Okay.
You brought up a thing earlier that, especially on kids that are playing multiple sports, trying to fish, that can be trying to a juggling act, with other interests that they have going at the same time.
It is. And last year we had 3 of my seniors played football, and I think a Friday night, they played at Henry County, I believe, and then Saturday morning we're at Pickwick at 5 o'clock to fish.
Yeah.
Like I said, those 2 are gone all the time. FFA. My son's in baseball. They win tomorrow. They're going to state championship in baseball next week, so we'll probably be out of another tournament the next Saturday. It's a lot going on, but anybody that's starting a program, the best advice I can give is be open to your teams. Let them choose what tournaments they go to. Don't mandate it. Don't say you got to be here, because working family, school, and a teenager's life is very hard to pinpoint certain days.
Yeah. Okay, like if you're the coach of the team, and I may have heard this wrong a while ago. Let's say it's 2 guys that live in Ripley. Could they come fish like in y'all's tournaments and stuff?
They could actually, so if they lived in Ripley, they could fish the SAF without even calling me or anybody. They could just show up, register with SAF, with Mr. John McBride, take care of all that. Because Ripley does not have a team, it is legal in Bass Nation for them to join Brighton High School's team as long as their school does not provide a team.
Okay, so say if it's 2 guys, does Dyersburg have a team? Just
I have not seen them anywhere.
So
no.
say two guys in Dyersburg that grew up just like Jackson and Jack did, and they want to fish. Like, could they come and like be considered on the Brighton High School team?
Yeah, if they want to fish Bass Nation and all that, yes. If a school wants to start a team, I've had several schools in West Tennessee call me and ask me. I'll give them steps on how to start, what all they got to do. I'll help anybody start a team, or I help kids if they want to reach out to me. I will help them figure out how they can fish tournaments.
What you got to do to start a team?
Main thing you got to have, you have to fill out. Of course, Bass Nation, SAF have liability paperwork. You have to join SAF and join Bassmasters, which is not a whole lot of money. I think it's one's 10 and one's 20.
Bassmasters or Bass Nation?
Bassmasters.
Bassmasters, okay.
You have to be a member, and then the rest of the stuff is just like you got to be sure you have a boat and a captain that can provide the transportation. You got to have a minimum $300,000 liability insurance on your boat, and that's pretty much it. I mean, you just started.
So let's talk about some of y'all's sponsors that you got. I mean, do they supply y'all with rod reels, lures? I mean, talk about them. Give them a little shout out here.
I'll hit a couple of them for our fishing. Billy Phillips Lures, which is Mr.
Big
John
time.
McBride, he runs the SAF for West Tennessee also. He answers a phone call any time of the night. He has provided us with baits that he uses a lot on Tennessee River. I know Jackson has known him all his life, and I mean, he's really helpful with us. Picasso Lures, they have sponsored us the last 2 years. They're out of Pennsylvania, I believe. It's when I talked to a lady up there. They give us a tent to use at all our weigh-ins. It's got Picasso and Brighton High Fishing on it. They give us huge discounted rates. You want to hit some more?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Dickmore
Yeah,
Housing.
Dickmore,
With
all of our lodging this year.
with our tournaments in West Tennessee, we haven't, or really anywhere, we haven't had to pay for lodging at all yet so far, thanks to Dickmore Housing. And
Where are they out of?
Millington, Tennessee.
Millington? Okay.
his
My
grandmother.
grandmother, Michelle Chesser, is over at there for mobile homes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we also like to thank Hey Dad's department store. They have a bunch of really anything for your hunting, fishing needs, clothing. They just about got it all, really.
Yeah. Hey, Dad's over again.
Tate Brothers
Yeah.
tires, and really all of our sponsors. Really, they've helped us with
Mom
gas.
provided with a list right there.
Yeah,
Might as well give
I'm
them a shout out.
you better read it off.
That's exactly right.
We got them. Let's throw them out there.
We'd also like to thank AirServe of Tipton County for any of your air conditioning, heat and air needs.
Let Jack read a few. Y'all can alternate
Got
on
it.
a few.
You know, we got Elite Plumbing with all your plumbing needs. They'll take care of you. Essential Church, big church out there by us. BPM Enterprises, Magnolia Guide Service, great copy of Guide Service. He already mentioned Hey Dads and B&D Farms.
Who's B&D Farms?
That's me.
That's,
I
okay.
farm too.
Okay. All right. Okay.
We want to thank M&M Trucking, Stephanie Pugh Shelter Insurance, Jayton Concrete, Winstead Turf Farms, America Mortgage, Glenn Leisure, Reed Electrical and Engineering, and of course Dickmore Housing again for all the lodging.
Man, I got quite a list of sponsors there.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
got more than we do.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah,
Pretty
that's,
impressive.
That's for sure. And I mean, that's good on that lodging too, because it's got to give you a little peace of mind knowing when you go off somewhere, you're not going to sleep in your boat or something.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no joke. Be a long day the next day. You sleep on the bottom
No
of that
doubt.
boat. I guarantee you. I've done it a few times on duck hunting, slept in it.
Mm-hmm.
That's for sure. So, what's some closing thoughts? I mean, what you're, do you feel good about this Wisconsin tournament?
I do.
I'm excited.
That's a
I'm
good
ready
way
to
to
go to a
be.
new state and fish.
Oh,
Do
really?
Something new.
I always like to go to New State hunting or just go to New State see it. I had never seen, that's for sure.
Yeah, big experience. Just new country.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yep.
Cooler.
Yep. It'd be.
yeah, that's for sure.
A lot cooler summer in the middle of June than
Yeah,
down here.
it is. But it can get warm up
Yeah,
in them
it
parts
could.
too, though.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes it's warmer up there than it is here every now and then.
Yes, sir.
That's for sure.
Plus, you don't want to look past Eva, tournament this weekend either, with the points lead. Y'all try to maintain that too, I'm sure.
So you're basically
sir.
trying to win the championship of the SAF by the point, keep the
Yes,
points
sir.
lead,
Yes,
right?
sir. Yep.
Well, you get a trophy, a plaque, and stuff. That kind of stuff.
Yes, sir. Probably so. Yes, sir.
That's pretty cool.
I think
Yeah.
the biggest concern for kids that I've seen in starting this program is the intimidation of tournament fishing.
Yep.
Scared to go out there.
Yep.
Bass Nation, you might put in with 160 boats, and they're all, a kid that's never fished a tournament before put in with that many boats. They're kind of overwhelmed.
Yeah,
Adults
yeah.
as well too.
Well, I'm
But-
gonna tell you what. I just want to mention something about that, because it's if you've never sat out there and watched them 200 or 300 boats when it gets time to launch, you talking about a well-oiled machine.
It is.
We put in an hour before because we didn't want to look dumb out there, and we're sitting there filming it with all the lights. I mean, there's not a beat that's missed. I mean, man, those boats are turned around, backed in, and gone. And then, but the coolest thing is it's starting to get daylight when you've actually got a woman that can sing out there on the national anthem on that water. It will give you chills. I'm just telling you it will. And then the way, when you got to ride by Jake, hold that number up, and let him see it. I mean, it's all run so professionally. I was shocked.
Yes, sir.
Of course, when we do the videos of it, Richard, he, and Brandon, they speed it up. When they sit there and they'll show every boat going through, boom, 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 just fast forward on when they film that.
Yes,
But
sir.
it is so good to watch. And then when you come back to weigh in, you can kind of tell the demeanor of some of them. They're kind of cheesing a little bit over there. They know they got a good bag when they're coming up there. And then, but then when you go out on that stage and y'all get to hold the fish up and take pictures, after it, it's pretty dang cool.
Yes, sir.
Hey, right here, we're close to closing. What's some advice you give some youngster, younger than y'all, that's never?
Yeah. And you probably have to speak
Fishing.
up too with the range,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, well, I would say if you're just now getting into tournament fishing, I would say keep your head down, and if this is something you're really passionate about, just don't give up. Study hard, check all the blanks when it comes to, just getting done what you have to get done, and have fun doing it. That's for sure.
What about you, Jack?
I'll capitalize on him. Study a lot and just have fun and keep your head down and just fish.
What about, is there a certain grade point average or a certain grade they have to make?
I'll be honest, those two, I've got two teams that I've talked to some colleges about that are sophomores. They're all at 3.3 or above. So they do what they're supposed to in the classroom. Most of my teams do. Most of them are 3.0 or above. As long as you're passing, not missing work, doing what you're supposed to in the classroom, we're good.
Is there a certain grade level that you don't get to go fish?
No, it's 9 through 12, middle school, whatever.
So it all does it. Well, I think it's pretty cool. And I wish y'all all the luck in the world.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
If somebody wanted to send in a donation, how would they do that?
If you'll follow me on Facebook, Brantley Tillman, Tillman. Sunday I'm going to put a video out to show how we can accept donations for them going to nationals, and by then I'll know if I got one or two teams. So one team's going to need some money, two teams really going to need gas money.
I understand.
But I'll put it out on Facebook Sunday afternoon.
My mom's going to make a lot more spaghetti.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Was it good?
It
it was good.
Everybody likes a good place
Oh,
to
yeah.
get it out.
Yeah, no joke.
Yeah.
No joke. All right, we got a couple more minutes left. Any last thoughts? Y'all got the floor.
You got anything?
Nothing.
I think we've been about
Yeah,
about
I know we
everything.
covered a lot.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I just got to ask though, but now that you're fishing like this, y'all still sneak to lakes fishing and stuff?
Is it?
Every now and then.
Okay. I guess I probably
Well,
still
I don't-
sneak to a few myself.
I don't have to more or less sneak anymore. I got permission.
You got permission
I got
now?
permission now.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you a good story about mine. I owned the lake I used to sneak to all the time. and the guy that I used to go up there with a lot, he one time he was chief of police. He still works for the police department here. Right after I bought it, I pulled up there and I saw these three guys take off running. Well, I knew how we would always come in. We'd either pull the hood on the truck or the highway, and like we had car trouble, and we'd sneak through the woods fishing, or we'd come around the back way. And so I knew the way they was going to go out, so I rode around there and I caught them. And I'm not going to call your name, Sipes, but he said, what are you doing up here? Hey, I said, I own this now. And he said, dang, man, I wouldn't have walked all this far if I told you owned it. He sure did.
Just closing thoughts here. You know, everybody needs to go to YouTube, like us on YouTube.
Sure.
Janet will have the show on there
Yeah.
tomorrow morning.
Yeah, and matter of fact, I think, how many shows did you download on YouTube the other day, Janet?
6 or 7.
So
Okay.
we're just getting started on YouTube, so
Yeah.
give us patience. We'll get there.
Yeah, and as we said last week too, you know, if you got any, because with turkey season, you know, going to be ending on the 28th this month, that's when we normally try to look for other things that folks do on the outside of Tennessee. You know, we had Brittany Willis on here, you know, a couple weeks ago about kayaking.
Yep.
I mean, you know,
Anybody has any ideas or
Yeah.
thoughts or a specific individual that might be a good guest, you know, let us know. We'll reach out to them.
Might need to get Jesse Aker back on here about snakes. You
Yeah,
know, getting about that
I'm
time.
sure.
I know
It
I
is
saw a
about
big
that time.
article about the pine snake the
Yep.
other day that
Yep.
TWRA is looking for people now when they see one to report.
Report the pine
Yeah,
snakes.
Yeah, sure
Yeah.
are.
Bring some snakes.
Yeah, we'll have Jesse bring some snakes. Yeah, we need to have him bring some snakes next time.
Yeah, I just hate Parrish can't be here when he brings some snakes. Parrish likes them so much. That's for sure. Y'all like snakes?
Yeah,
Don't bother you too bad.
Not too bad.
You ever seen gators when you're on Tennessee River?
Not yet.
But you've heard about some of them have seen them.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I know they have.
What you gonna do if you see one?
I stay away from it, probably.
It depends on if he's sneaking, he's going to try to hook it.
Yeah,
That's what he's
I
going to do. I guarantee you. Brandon, you got anything else, brother?
I mean, like I said, if y'all want to, somebody at a school wants to start a team, kids want to fish, just reach out to me on Facebook,
All right.
and I'll answer any questions, help any way I can to help you get a program started.
And if you want to spend more time on the water, come fish the SAF Trail. Plenty of tournaments and
It's open Saturday. If anybody wants to fish Saturday,
Yeah.
It's an open tournament.
Reach out to me how to fish it.
Yep.
Any 2 young men want to come, or women, come fish it.
Is there an entry fee?
It's $60,
$60.
and most of that comes back in prize money.
Do y'all do
For
big
sure.
fish too?
We'll do big fish, and like I said, you have to be there Saturday morning. I think blast off is at 6 o'clock at the Eva ramp. So reach out to me, I'll get you in touch. Or reach out to John McBride, he's over our SAF side. The more the merrier.
What's the price for that on Saturday? Did we already ask that?
It depends on the number of boats.
Boats.
It's payback according to how many boats.
Okay.
The more boats, the bigger payback.
It is.
Hey, Courtney.
Yeah, I figure she probably watching because I know Tucker. He wants to.
We're giving Tucker some bad ideas up
They have a junior division that will fish also, so
And what age is the junior?
8th
division?
grade and under.
8th grade and under.
Mm-hmm.
All the way to first, second grade then.
Whatever you want,
Whatever.
I guess, yeah.
I just think it's cool though that y'all been friends that long and hang out and hunt and fish together. Because I do the same thing. My buddy Chris Jack Demon. I mean, we have some good times. Half of them we couldn't talk about in public, but we have some real good times. I'm just gonna tell you. All right, Janet's taking a picture back there.
I'll get one later.
Okay, all right. Bubba, you got any final
That's it.
thoughts or anything?
That's it.
Hey, folks, just wear your life jacket out on the water, and if you want to send in a donation, get with John, you know, and other than that, just be safe. Thanks for all our viewers and sponsors, and we will see y'all right back here next Tuesday, and see who we got Hoot next week.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think we got Hoot.
Okay.
Hoot and Penny Pulse is going to be on. I think his last name's Pulse now. I know it's Penny, but they're going to be on there. They're going to be. Hoot's going to kind of give us a kind of going over his turkey season,
Okay.
and he's going to be talking about the Hatchie River Catfish Tournament coming up.
Sounds good.
All right, appreciate y'all coming on.
thanks for having us.
All right, we'll see y'all next week. Thanks. Bye.
Keep your seat. We're going to get a picture.